job ain't finished. The job ain't finished. Make sure you come ready to go this next week.
How about those?
Are you ready for the best Kansas City Chiefs insight? Welcome to the Four Guys in a Bar podcast, presented by Chiefs Blitz and sponsored by Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a real estate expert, call Eric Haynes today at 816-729-3785. That's 816-729-3785. Now, here is your Chiefs Blitz host, Nick Athan, with Lou Montagna, Andre Tillman, and Hense Todd.
Welcome back to the next edition of Four Guys in a Bar, presented by ChiefsBlitz.com. I am your host, Nick Athan, alongside my producer extraordinaire and one of my best friends, Mr. Hense Todd, with Bowtie Sports. You can check out his show every Saturday at 1 o'clock at Bowtie Sports at YouTube. But we appreciate you guys joining, Four Guys in a Bar today. Before we get started and introduce the rest of the guys, I'm going to introduce you to a couple of sponsors. First up, Mr. Eric Haynes with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for real estate advisors in the greater Kansas City metropolitan area to help you list a house or to sell a house, to buy a house, this is your guy. Eric spent a lot of time with my wife, Emily, and I. As we went through the process of a 9-month journey to find a house, we finally did. And we said, this is the one we want, make it happen. And that's exactly what he did. Took a couple of months to close, but you need someone who has a lot of patience, somebody who's going to make sure that everything and every detail is taken care of to your advantage. So give Eric Haynes a call today at 816-729-3785. Or you can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
Absolutely. And the next sponsor is my beautiful, amazing wife, Emily Athan. If you are looking for a custom health insurance quote, she is your person. We have a company that we work for through United Healthcare. If you're individual, self-employed, a business owner, or family, if you need a custom quote today, or just simply need someone to help navigate you through the insurance waters, which are pretty deep right now, we are licensed in multiple states. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086 for your free custom quote today.
Emily.
And that is the Dean Martin voice of Mr. Lou Montagna.
Don't say it, Lou. Don't say it, Lou. Don't say it, Lou.
I guess I'm playing on my own there. You guys might want to give me the memo so I can sing. So I can sing the rest. Yeah, you're at the control. You're at the controls, pal. Yeah. I was muted. Okay, good one.
That's
all right. We're off to a great start.
Yeah,
although we did come on precariously close to on time. So for all you folks that tuned in on time, thank you.
Yes, we appreciate that.
Jump in whenever you want. Yeah, this is an ensemble thing.
This is all right. Well, that's Mr. Senior, the other senior member, Lou Montagna. And of course, the bottom right there, Andre Tillman, Coach Dre. Not sporting a hat today. Good look on you there, buddy. Just kind of being all natural today. Appreciate that.
Yeah, I came from working out, so I had to go here.
Nice.
What was on the list today?
Oh man, I went out. Well, I did a little walking. I did a little walking, a little jogging, a little walking, a little 40-minute session. You know,
nice. Get about 2-3 miles.
Yeah, man. It felt good though. It felt good.
What's the neighborhood like? Are there other walkers when you're out on your walk? Is it quiet? Or what? Paint us a picture.
Okay, well, mine's is downstairs in my basement.
Oh, so you're strictly treadmill,
right across the way, man. Listen, right behind the keyboard is right there, man. You know, so.
Beautiful.
Right behind.
All right,
that's right.
Yeah, I got to get out in the wild sometimes. You know, like first thing in the morning. So there are other walkers. I wanted to ask you in terms of walking etiquette, you know, because you see, I'm normally, I've got music playing, I've got the earphones in, and I'm, you know, but you know, is it just good morning? Is it, hey, how you doing? I mean, I need some help. What do you guys?
Well, if I'm out walking, I'm always, you know, me, Dre and Nick know. I talk to everybody. You know,
okay.
Hey,
so like, are you stopping? Are you walking and talk as you walk by? Or are you going to stop?
Nah, I walk and like, hey, how you doing, young lady? If I see an older lady, older lady, like she's older, like I call a young lady, see somebody that's older, old man. I'll say, "Hey, young man." Then they usually stop.
You're being disingenuous.
Well,
no problem. That's one way to go.
Well, mine's a little different because I got the headphones blasting. I'm focused, but if I get eye contact, I would say, "Hello, good day. How you doing, love? You having a good day?" Watch your dog, because your dog bite my leg now. You know what I'm saying? I don't do dogs, but
that's the other thing too. If you're on one side of the road and somebody's walking down towards you and you're on the same side of the road, do you move? Do you go to the other side?
Well, it's like
or do you just walk, you just straight at them. I'm on my path. Get the hell out of my way.
You know what? If I'm on my mission, though, some people are rude. Now, you see me walking on one side, don't think like I'm going to move for you. So it's kind of like they're playing. Yeah, it's like playing.
They might be thinking the same thing, though, right?
That's true.
So that's true. Then it comes to a head, and you're getting closer. It's like almost like a game of chicken at a certain point.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
So I just want to get that out of the way because it's in the wild, it's a little different than the treadmill.
Yeah, true. I like it better though. Honestly,
I stay in my path.
Go outside. What?
Yeah, I stay in my path. I have a very set pattern of where I walk in the direction.
Okay.
It doesn't change. It's just a matter of, do I go 20 minutes, 40 minutes, or an hour? It just kind of depends. I used to walk 5 miles a day. I used to be up at 4:30, 5 o'clock and drink down a couple glasses of water.
Not doing that.
And just get my work in that way. And yeah, that was a while ago. I need to get back to that at some point. But hey, there's just no time,
Hey, Kareem, Kareem, I do jog, Kareem. I do jog. I mix it up. I go full sprint sometimes. To get the bite and the heart rate going, I do go full sprint for like 30 seconds, then I walk, then I jog, then I go full sprint. Just to get the heart rate.
That's good. Intermittent.
There you go.
High intensity.
There it is.
Intermittent training. HIIT.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So for all of you tuning in for the Four Guys in a Bar Chiefs podcast, we're going all OWG here.
That's right.
Talking about walking in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Yeah, walking in the neighborhood, you always got to walk with you have your water on you, and you got to have your,
You keep your book bag on you though, Bo. Huh? You keep your book bag on you just in case, huh?
Just in case.
You keep your book bag on you.
And after you watch us live, put on your earphones, just listen to it, listen to the show one more time as you're walking.
As you're walking, it's perfect.
You might have missed something during the live show.
This is true. Just got to hit the play button, and you can catch us in all the social media or all the radio platforms, Apple, iTunes, and everywhere else. So
all that good stuff.
Wherever you get your podcasts.
That's right. Just Four Guys.
A big old mix them think of gumbo, right? Just a big old thing of gumbo, man. You don't know what you're gonna get, right?
Never was a gumbo guy.
So how was you guys weekend? How did the weekend go?
It was great.
Kids and everything else.
Yeah, it was great. Last weekend before the little one went back to school, he went back to school.
Whatever, Kareem.
So that was nice. That's it's been a long summer, That's all I can say. But my little one's back in school. Obviously, the Chiefs game Saturday and yesterday. I actually watched a little bit of the WNBA, so I thought that.
Did you? Which game did you watch, sir?
I don't remember which one it was. I just started flipping channels. I thought, well, I'll watch a little bit of it, and I was like,
yeah,
okay, on to the next thing.
I got you, man. Hey, if
Caitlin didn't have a great game, let's just put it that way.
No, man.
Well, then you don't tell us you watched then.
Come on.
That may be the weakest commentary.
I flipped it on for a bit. That's all.
She basically put on 2 master classes in how to play the point guard position over the weekend.
Yeah, she did, man. But Nick, I like your effort.
I made a small effort. Okay.
All right. Yeah, you make a small effort. But I tell you, who didn't give me no effort though. Looking at the stat sheet, man, I don't know what was going on, man. My boy Ross.
If you're gonna start talking about stats in preseason, I'm out.
You are in, sir, because we are talking about guys gotta make the dang roster, man. God. Dang.
Crazy.
So if
he didn't get a lot of balls thrown his way.
Man. He was targeted twice.
Yeah, I think the biggest highlight he had was on the Worthy touchdown when 2 guys went with him as he crossed the field. So I don't know if that's just
which was shocking to me to watch that footage.
Second stringers or whatever you want to call it.
They gave him that much.
They went with Ross, man.
They won't do that again.
They even said, like, after the game, that's that route that Worthy runs. It's, I think Sean McVay called it for the love of the game route. And it happened with the Rams and Cooper Kupp in the playoff game with Tampa. And all of a sudden he broke wide open. And the same thing kind of happened there with Worthy, and Wentz made a great pass. And that was interesting for old Justin. But I think just the fact that the snaps that he was getting with Patrick, and then also with Carson Wentz, I think it tells you what they think of him. Right. Now, for all the Nico Glazers, I don't know how you guys came away after seeing him not play wide receiver for most of the game.
I seen that, man.
It tells you one of two things: either one, they've seen enough and they wanted to give these other guys more of a chance, or two, hey, he's basically going to be a return guy, and if we need him in a pinch, he can play wide receiver.
The main targeted guys was Worthy and Rice. Worthy and Rice had the majority of the targets.
Yeah.
Damn.
A great game though. Hey, y'all thought you were looking. I know you're looking for Rice to do this, and not Rice, but Ross to do that. But
you damn right.
I know that I noticed some lineup on the wrong side of the field when all you can hear on the clear audio is get over here. You're supposed to be on this side. You know what I mean? Carson Wentz like, no, get over here on this side. You know what I mean? He switched him over. I said, well, the kid still got a lot to learn. You know what I mean? But
he's got a lot to learn. But
other than that, man, you got.
Hold on, wait. Not that Wentz telling him what to do. This is Wentz's first year under Andy Reid, and he telling Ross where to line up at. Man, that tells a whole lot, man.
He is the quarterback.
Damn, he just joined his damn team. He telling this man in the offense before this man. Well, yeah. I guess the IQ plays a role. It plays dividends.
Those could be site adjustments too, depending on how the defense lines up. So, I'm not going to make excuses for him. He needs to be in the right spot. But hey, if Carson knows where he's supposed to be and he's telling him where to go, good on Carson.
Mm-hmm. So, Powell been in the league for 10, being with the Chiefs or in the league for 10 years. Which one is it? Chiefs or the team?
Team for 4
okay, and he's on the practice squad and he making plays. So why isn't Powell getting his recognition or getting his time to shine in the regular season, guys?
Well, he made one play.
Oh, shit.
And it was in a preseason game against backups. I'm not saying that he can't do that. He doesn't have the ability to do that. Every single one of these guys that's on the roster has the ability to do it. But, is he better than the other guys? And evidently for 3 or 4 years, he is not. They still like him and they bring him around and he continues to stay with the Chiefs. I mean, he can sign with whoever he wants, right? Yeah. So unless other teams are trying to pluck him off the practice squad, this may be his only opportunity. And it was great that he made the play that he did. I mean, he's got talent. I mean, obviously, but
he's a compliment player.
A bunch of other guys ahead of him.
A compliment player.
Well, I mean, he's, to his credit, I mean, Powell stuck around. This is his 4th year.
Yeah.
I thought he was a pretty good selection for the Chiefs. Didn't make the team. He's been on the practice squad. He's been there every day. He's been there every practice. He even worked with Patrick in the offseason. And, we saw a little bit of that talent, that the Chiefs thought highly of him to make him a draft pick. But he's got a lot of guys in front of him. And I think there's going to be a couple of surprises on the wide receiver position when the final cut down, I believe, is this weekend. But he was the highest graded player next to Curtis Jacobs. And so that's impressive.
All that just to get released, huh?
Well,
I mean, come on, man. Like he's
it doesn't matter, dude.
Maybe after a play like that, he gets more notice from the other teams, and some other team picks him up.
And there's nothing wrong with that, though. Listen, you've been on the practice squad for a long time. You know who you are.
There's only so many opportunities.
If he gets playing time Thursday and has success, that maybe that changes things.
But as you look at the numbers, you see Jacobs up there, though. The linebacker wearing number 29.
Yeah, he was really good.
I say the guy, hey, I've been rooting for the kid. I said, hey, I don't see how the kid still went undrafted. But like Lou said, you know me, everybody can't get drafted. There's a lot of players coming out the draft. But again, hey, Jacobs did well. Worthy did well. He had 76 yards for a touchdown.
He was the highest reception yards for a rookie.
65 yards. Yeah, 65.
65 yards. But I'm just saying, I didn't see no Marvin Harris. I didn't see, all these other.
We are talking about Hollywood, sir. We're talking about Hollywood now. You always do that.
Mitchell, and shout out to his mama. You know what I mean? Message me on.
God, he always throwing shots at my boy.
That post that Xavier's Worthy's mom put out before he played in that game was just like, that was cool stuff. Yeah, I would love to have her come on as a guest. I think she'd be great. Yeah. I mean, she's obviously sacrificed a lot for him and been his number one fan. And I just thought, we need so much more of that in sports these days. Where we just have that. Patrick Mahomes, Brandy does it a lot too. And I thought it was cool. I reposted that on all of our social media platforms and really thought that was really cool.
Yeah, man, because the kid, everybody said he was undersized. He's this, he's that, but
no, he is undersized.
He is small now. He's small. Don't play like the man, like he's small.
I know he's small, but I seen a small kid that he reminds me of, and it's Dre's son. Everybody said this kid was small. He's small. He's this and that. But this kid was, out there tackling, hitting everybody. He's out there. He plays defense very well. He was the best player on his team. So I'm just saying, it's got to be a mental tough thing. And this kid has heart. And he's been having it since he was, a small kid. You know what I mean? Yeah, hey, you already know. When them kids, you see them walking around with the ball in their hand, tossing around the house, and, catching it, doing everything else. He's one of those kids. He's a golden gem. And thanks to Buffalo, once again, for giving Kansas City a hidden gem. What you got to say, Luke?
I say that
I know you said you didn't want the draft. You want AD Mitchell.
Yeah, I would. I'm always gonna in the first round. I'm always gonna draft the bigger guy. I mean, no. Over time, I think I would probably come out on the better end of the stick. No, I mean Xavier's a great player. I don't think there's any question about that. And we're starting to see them. They were making a concerted effort to get him the ball. So let's see what he can do. And I think with this team, I mean, he couldn't have fallen to a better team, right? I mean, he's not expected to be the number one receiver. He's not expected to be the number two receiver. Nope. Mm-hmm. He's expected to make some big plays, open it up underneath for the big dogs like Kelsey and Rice and J Watt and whoever's in the game. So all props to him. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Xavier Worthy.
It's a perfect piece to take they were looking for that last year, guys. A guy that can take the top off the
He took 3 people with him up when he cleared the route for Watson, right? I went back to watch the game tape. I said, I want to see what the kid did. You know what I mean? He took 3. He took the whole. You should have seen the whole back of the defense just following him right up the field. And Watson and Kelsey was right over some Patrick Mahomes.
Where's the hose at? Where's the hose at?
It's kind of like the Tyreek effect. I mean, you're just after a certain you immediately your first reaction is just back up.
Hey, man, no wrong ear to ear, man. No wrong.
Nobody wants to get beat over the top. So that's gonna be a big part of it. Then when Hollywood comes back and he's healthy, again, now defenses are going to be in a quandary. Which way do we go? Where do we slant this? Who are we going to try to choke off? If everybody's backing up because these guys are getting upfield, now all of a sudden it becomes even easier for Travis and for dare I say 50 Shades of Gray.
Yeah, it's gonna be Wiley. 50 Shades of Gray. He's gonna be snapping off punts and everything else. But again. Hey, go ahead, Nick. Go say what you got.
Well, you know what I think? I think, obviously the 2 catches are worthy, but I thought his end around or his reverse, when he fumbled the ball, how fast and how quick he found that ball to jump back on it. I mean, I don't know why, but I just thought that was impressive for him to have the wherewithal saying, oh my God, I left the ball on the ground and he's going to kill me. I got to go get it. That was the kind of mentality that he had. And that to me was very impressive to that he showed that ability that quickly to adjust to the ball on the ground and go get it and make sure no one else had it. So that speaks a lot to who he is. But I mean, there's his day, 4 touches, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. I think that led the NFL in rookie receptions for this past weekend. So props to him. And hey, he's only going to get better. And yeah, we can look at him and say, he's not the biggest guy. He's not the tallest guy. He's not the thickest guy, but
he's the most dangerous guy.
When you run that fast, you can outrun the hits. And you can outrun a lot of things.
Shout out to Deshaun Jackson, man. Back in the day, Deshaun Jackson was something like that, man. You run great routes.
The exact same build, and
he was a beast. But like the speed is always amazing, guys. Having that type of speed, man.
And he still wasn't running fast. He was running, but he wasn't running fast.
Yeah.
He just got to the spot.
Can't teach it. Can't buy it.
No.
Can't teach speed, man. You can't.
No, and you can't defend speed. You will not be able to defend the speed of Worthy and Brown. It's not going to be defendable. You're not going to find two quarterbacks that can line up or safeties that can keep up with both of them. So I'm just so excited when they both get on the field.
So to coach's points on a fairly regular basis is just really, does the offensive line hold up long enough for these plays to develop?
The pieces is there, guys. They just
our boy 76. I think he did well again. Yeah. Now again, it's against 2s and 3s, but but the athleticism, it doesn't matter who you're playing against. He's getting out there.
You know what?
He's getting out there on the end arounds, and it didn't look like there was a whole lot of pressure.
True. But again, it's a good point, Lou. Speaking of 2s and 3s, it's one person that couldn't get open on 2s and 3s, and I've been rooting for this kid, man. And
no, you're not about to talk about. No, you're not about to say it.
I've been rooting for this kid, and now I'm kind of in doubt that I don't know if he's going to make the team. I'm like, is he going to make the team? Is he going to,
a negative 4 yards?
Is he going to make the team? I don't know, But other than that, man, I'm still rooting for the kid. But
how much can you glaze that biscuit, man, before it go dry?
I understand, man, but this is nice what I'm talking about. Go back to it, right? If the kid is out here taking good, opportunities of his, his targets, he's taking out opportunity of his reps, and that's still number 42, out there, out there walking around. He's every girl's poster board right now, and they lock.
I wish I had his hair.
That kid too, man. You got to, like Dre said. Dre is not dogging nobody. He's not putting nobody down. He's just saying you got to fight hard for the spot when you get a chance. When you get a chance to get out there, you got to shine. Even though it's against 2s or 3s or 4s, or no matter what.
That's the time you be dominant.
When you lace up them cleats and you put on that helmet and you lace up them shoulder pads, you don't matter who's in front of you. They're gonna get hit.
It don't matter.
They're gonna get this work. You know what I mean? So you got to. It don't matter who's in front of you. You got to get it done.
For real, think about it though, Bo. Think about this. 2s and 3s, you should be dominated. If they put you here, you should be dominated. You're like, damn, why is he playing against 2s and 3s? Sit him on the bench. You getting beat by 2s and 3s. Like, they locking you up, man. What you doing? You're not consistent.
Yeah.
Did we mention a name here? Who are we talking about?
Oh, young Joker.
Well, you got to say his name. It's not like
Beetlejuice
or Candyman. Are we gonna get spooked here if we say Young Joker 3 times?
I mean, Bo said it. Bo said, I ain't gonna say no name.
He didn't say his name.
Right, he ain't gonna say no names.
Everybody on this show know what I'm talking about, and I like the kid, man. I really do.
Yeah, the person, he's cool. The person, yeah, I get that. But
I really love the kid.
On the gridiron, man.
And I said, okay, he's going up against. I was watching the game. And I just sat there. I shook my head. My son was like, "What's wrong?" I said, "Dang, you get the shot against the 4s and the 3s, and you're still not producing." I'm like, you should be wide open every freaking time, or not lining up offside, not getting penalties and stuff like this. And during the game, I'm like, it doesn't make it any better. The whole kingdom and half the kingdom and the Giants is waiting for this kid to fail. That's why I'm rooting for him. Like, I don't want him to fail. I want him to take the opportunity, because it's like a person, you see all the talent, right? You see him out there, you see him shooting the ball, he bouncing the ball, he catching the ball and everything else. You like, man, why you choose the thug life? You know, why you choose to do this or why you choose to do that? And you got all the talent in the world to be the greatest player you always can be. And it's always like, come on, why you choosing to be this person, this type of figure, instead of being what God actually blessed you with? And that's when I was shaking my head like, come on, man. Come on, Tony. I'm rooting for you, kid, but let's drop the rap. Let's drop everything else and lock in and be focused and
lock in, bro. Just lock in for real.
100%. Let's hit some of the comments.
Let's get it.
Connor, let's see here. Hold on. There we go. Sorry. Connor Embry stated last week that he intends to get more work for Worthy than he did Rice last year. Obviously, we think the kid can handle it. Sam says, I think he's going to be fine. Sam, I'm calling you this afternoon. You're going to answer your phone. John Harrison, talking about the practice squad. Hey, they play a valuable role in the game for preparation and depth. Austin Reeder, starting center in Super Bowl 54-55, was practice squad the previous 2 years.
They do, and
he's got two rings.
That's amazing stuff. The only thing about somebody like Cornell Powell as a wide receiver, there's only so much. You only have so much of a shelf life, right?
Yeah.
And if you get to like 26, 27 years old, and you're not making this team, and you're not getting calls from other teams, at a certain point, you're not going to have that position anymore. So that's the only thing I think that we're talking about there.
Yeah.
But obviously he has talent enough to be there.
Yeah.
He said he was on a ladder. He said the reason why he answered the call, Nick, he was on a ladder, a 50-foot ladder. You know how that goes, man. You know how that goes. So,
all right. John's got a question for you, Lou. How about one of your favorites, 50 Shades, being the long snapper on special teams after Winchester went down? Did most people know he was the emergency?
Yeah. Well, I think here's the interesting thing is that he really isn't the emergency long snapper. I think Travis actually is the emergency long snapper. But again, in a preseason game, you don't want to do it. I think Noah, they said, was just doing it off to the side, fooling around, doing it, during training camp. And they just said, well, you want to try? Go ahead. And I thought he did a pretty decent job. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but he got the job done. So, hey, the more you can do, he's here to help the team, whatever it takes, man.
Hey, Kareem said Noah is solidified. Like, basically, we know his position, though. Lou, he's going to be the long snapper.
Well, they did sign a long snapper today.
If Winchester isn't able to do it,
he's going to be out for. He's going to be out for a few games.
Save a roster spot.
Yeah.
How long Winchester been here? Have you been here?
Yeah, 11. This is his 11th year, I think.
Long time.
Yeah, 10th or 11th year.
Hey, that is a skill that
you got paid for. You just got a new contract too.
We want the same guy. Consistency.
That's all you ask for.
Toughness. Oklahoma dude. Come on.
Oklahoma strong. Hey, when you snap the long snapper, don't the ball post a spiral though? When you snap the ball like that, don't it spiral?
Spins.
That's a talent though. That's a talent to do that.
I know. Everybody said practice squad or this or that, but also you're not just fighting for your roster, your spot. Go back to Tony. You're not just fighting for your spot. On this team, you also fighting for everybody else that's fighting for your spot that the scouts are seeing on other teams, right? So so you got to. When you get that chance, you got to take the bull by the horns and then and go on with it. Don't look back. So you can't be distracted by everything else, everything that's on and off the field, and just lock in. And that's what Cardell Pell did. I feel like he locked in this year, and I feel like he's going to get a little better.
He's had a good camp too. He had a very good camp.
Yeah, yeah. Come on, guys. Whoever looking NFL, Cardell Pell, look out. He's ready. He's ready to shine, man. I didn't even say nothing, bro. Why you keep bringing my team up on the show, man?
But again, also, looking at Nico and Sky Moore merged. He said, "Hey, if I can't get it out, that's why I said take key shots of the opportunity. If you can't, if I'm not gonna make it in our wide receiver room, you need kickoff return. Okay, let me do the best I can do here to make this squad." And that's what Sky Moore is doing. That's what Nico is doing. So they battle and it look like they're gonna be the 1 or 2 for that spot. I know they had it scared, somebody they put it out there. My guy Nicole Hartman was not on the on the roster, but it was an error from the for the on the.
Why did it scare you? Why did it scare you?
I thought the same thing.
Why did it scare you?
I know.
It didn't scare me.
I know he's making the team. You can't let that speed.
You don't even play with him. Like, listen, Bo don't even play with this man on Madden. He's not even in your starting roster on Madden. What are you talking about? I'm just saying, but the man got to produce though.
That's the true measure.
Yeah, it is.
Is he on your Madden?
Is he on your starting? Is he going to start in 4, sir? Nope.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he ain't. I played this man for years. He ain't on starting 4.
Yeah, this is still. I mean, we started this, I guess, in the spring, and it's continuing. It's just the fascination of this whole entire wide receiver group, where it's thank God, like the top 4 are pretty much set, because the rest of them, who knows?
We don't know, but they some good backups. They some decent backups. But
they have some tough decisions to make.
Yeah.
I did talk to a couple of people over the weekend affiliated with the team, and I think Sky Moore's going to make this team. I think it's a lock. I think he's going to be one of the receivers. I don't think they're going to give up on him. The Tony thing, I'd say it's 50-50 at best right now. If Justin Watson is able to get back, I think that's going to kind of decide his fate.
Mm-hmm.
But Nico needs to really step up this game coming up against the Bears. He needs to play. He needs to run a little bit better routes. He needs to show that, some of the mistakes he made in the first game are not going to, see their ugly selves in the future. I think he's going to make the roster, but I'm not going to say it's 100% lock at this point. I think a lot will be determined on how well he plays on Thursday. And now he did have a great special teams run, and honestly, he had a touchdown on that return. He just had to cut inside one more guy. And yes, I am backtracking a little bit here. I am, and again, this is just on information that I heard over the weekend. That's all it is. I'm not saying he won't make the team. I think he's definitely, if they keep 7, he's in. If they keep 6. Then they have to make a decision. I think Justin Ross is going to stay. So it doesn't leave a whole lot. So, McCole, they love him. He's a great teammate, but they got some tough decisions to make. And don't be surprised if one of the receivers is traded, this weekend.
If he can't catch passes, he can't catch oil.
Do we need to check in on Kadarius though? There's got to be something going on here that's not necessarily physical.
That's deep,
right?
That's a deep one.
You hate to put that on somebody, but just to have that kind of ability and have shown it in the red uniform before, just kind of like what happened, what's changed. I mean, he didn't all of a sudden just forget how to play football. So I'm really interested to see where this goes, if another team picks him up or how this works out for him. But you hate to again say that, but I can't think of any other explanation other than that.
I think the hype was too real, guy. I think it was too much. Y'all sweeten this boy up too much, man. Y'all put too much icing on the cake.
No, I don't.
I'll go back to this one more time. When we made our lists for the wide receivers on this team, as far as God is my witness, Coach Andre Tillman had Kadarius Toney on his list. So please, please.
I'm pulling up.
I rushed the list. I rushed it. Do it again. I guarantee. I put money on this.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Ooh, I put money on that.
Very good. But no, in all seriousness, I just in the back of my mind, there's got to be more to this. That he's. I don't know what we're seeing on the field. It's just not. It doesn't match up with the talent, nor the confidence that the coaches.
And they keep giving him
and
they keep giving him chance after chance after chance. I mean, he had 2 penalties, on one play.
Thank you, Mango.
Now to his credit, had Justin Ross made the block on that screen pass, I think he would have had a really significant play there. He just needs to make a couple of plays to feel that confidence.
on the list.
And I don't know.
Delete the list.
You can't delete the list.
Got
you
to.
know,
I
think Biggest Monger makes a great point here. NFL might not be his priority. The proof's in the pudding. And I think at the end of the day, how bad does he want it? And I just kind of go back to when he made his debut in Kansas City, and I'll never forget the catch where he adjusted his gloves, and I thought, man, what are the Giants thinking here? I'd never seen anybody do that before. And if you can do something like that, but he just can't back it up, and it's just like he just doesn't. I don't think it's a matter of putting forth the effort. The mental aspect of playing football is much tougher than the physical.
Yeah, like I said before, it's like that kid you see that has the God-given talent,
ability,
and want to choose the after club life or this type of life or that.
And we're not assuming that. We don't know.
I don't know that. I'm just saying it could be just.
Man. Everybody acting sweet, man. Get him off the field, man.
Just in general, I think if anybody has played in the park or just played organized sports, I think to Hense's point, there's always a guy on the field like, God, this guy is so good, but he just seems like he's there because he just has a lot of God-given ability.
Good point.
It doesn't necessarily.
All the time.
It's not about the sport. It's just, hey, I'll go show up, have fun. I'm better than everybody, so this is great. But you still have to have, to play at the highest level and be a really good player. You have to love it. You've got to get into it. Again, we can't say what Kadarius's, I guess,
check it.
Love of the game is as strong as you'd like it to be, but it appears that way. He's giving that vibe off that maybe it's not the biggest thing to.
All right, check out. Bingus Bugger, real quick, guys. Bingus Bugger says this: his heart is not in the game no more, and I agree. His heart not in the game no more. Y'all can see it. 2 catches for -4 yards, man. He's not explosive no more. Training camp.
I don't think that's it. I don't think that's either.
Now, come on. Now he's not explosive anymore. What do you think happened?
Where's the explosive? Where's it at though? Where's it at?
Well, you got to practice. You got to put it together in a game, dude. You can't sit there and judge him on a screen pass.
Okay. We're gonna sit there and sugarcoat it. Okay. Keep sugarcoating.
No. I get what you're saying. I understand what you're saying.
I'm just saying, man, like he's not producing at all.
Let's
it
doesn't
mean it's something wrong with his mental. His mental crazy. His shoes don't fit. Oh, he had a great glove catch. Who cares? What are you doing now? Your fundamentals is off too.
The issue is going to be how long is our topic of the day when we get to it is going to be out. That's going to determine.
I forgot about him.
Yeah,
all right, that was the bell. Go ahead.
I kind of agree with everybody. Listen to everybody. Everybody's still rooting for the kid, even though Dre giving hearts cheeks. He's still rooting for the kid. If you hear what he's saying, he's still rooting for the kid. Nick rooting for the kid. Lou rooting for the, even the people in the comments are still rooting for the kid. It just
that's what you say, sir. Is that what you say, sir?
Once you're a part of the kingdom, everybody loves you. Right. Once you put on that red helmet,
there's two different ways. I guess there's many different ways to be a fan. You either you cheer for the guys and you truly care about what they put out on the field and what they do, or you could be the guy that's constantly criticizing your own team for not being greater than they are.
Right.
And it's actually exhausting sometimes to hear people that are supposed fans of a particular team and just how much crap they talk about their own team. Yeah. So if you're not going to give some sort of constructive criticism, just skip it. Right?
I don't know what else to say to him. What am I supposed to say to this dude, man?
Well, you're not going to say anything to him. You're not going to get the chance, but you can talk about him.
Man, it's 3 different types of butter on this show, man. Buttermilk, honey butter, and best choice butter. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, he's probably everything that he's done or hasn't done has probably led him to be no longer part of this organization pretty soon.
It's on him.
It's really not looking good for him. My concern is that
His mental aspect.
He didn't lose any explosion. He didn't lose his ability to play the game. There's something going on that's either has him distracted or whatever. Now, again, we don't know for sure, but you hear Clyde come out and say these things. I don't think that's an excuse. I think he's really dealing with something.
Yeah.
Maybe Kadarius isn't that guy. He doesn't have it within him to reach out for help. Maybe he sees it as a sign of weakness, but we're seeing it on the field where it's just something is missing there. The talent is still the talent is still there.
The four of us agree that he has an incredible amount of talent.
Yeah.
He's never put it together for any extended period of time.
Yeah,
he's been injured his entire career, both in New York and in Kansas City. You know, he was a healthy scratch last year, you know, did some off the field stuff, you know, didn't show his passion to make the 2024 roster when he didn't do the off-season workouts with Patrick, at least enough of them. Missed OTAs. I'm not sure he missed minicamp, but if you're a guy on the bubble, and if you're upset that the Chiefs didn't, you know, exercise your fifth-year option, well, that's inevitable. You don't deserve it. You know, you should have the attitude to come in and say, okay, I'm going to get a big contract elsewhere next year.
Yeah,
I'm going to show these guys. It's just not there.
That's what I'm saying, Lou.
The Chiefs,
I'm saying, man.
Brett Veach, you know, this is why they're not going to give up on Sky Moore. You know, they think he has a place on the football team, but Sky Moore has played better in the preseason and in practice. And, you know, even Matt Nagy said, hey, we all love Kadarius Toney around here, but he's got to get on the field. He's got to be healthy for extended periods of time. And we'll see. I mean, it's two weeks and 3 days until the season opener. The cuts, I think, are on Saturday or Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Saturday, maybe. And
I think, unfortunately, I mean, just Kadarius.
He just got good.
Basically,
he's a good guy.
He's cutting himself.
He's a good guy, guys. But
I don't even know if he's a good guy.
That's what I'm saying, Lou. What are we doing?
We're not here to judge that.
I can't say definitively one way or the other. So I'm not going to say that because he missed a few passes or missed assignments, he must be a bad guy. No, he's not. We don't know that.
He's just not executing on the football field.
What we're seeing is very talented. Can't quite get out of his own way. Something is in the way, and maybe we'll never find out.
All right.
But again, let's hear what you know. Me, if you know Mango, you already probably know who he is. You probably seen his face because we did a show on Saturday.
Mango.
Let's hear what Dre and Mango
now
had
we're getting
to say.
Into the running back room. The running back.
Can I just quickly stop you there? Can we roll the break? Can we roll the breaking news?
Yeah, let's get to it. Let's go. Let's break the news.
Okay, got any breaking news? I didn't see anything, but the baby did.
Well, he's got the drone, man. What do you think?
Agent Skillet have some news for us. What is it?
Kadarius Toney is suited up and will play tonight against the Detroit Lions.
So I'll just tell you guys, I'm rooting for
Clip it.
I'm looking for
I said, damn, man. You know what? Now we're getting to the running back room.
So Drake,
coach, visibly upset.
We roll the break.
He was upset,
man, because I was like, damn, he's suiting up. Okay, you know what? Let me change it. Okay, he might go out there, he might produce, guys. I was okay. Maybe they seen some in him. He's gonna produce. But what'd he do? Nothing.
I'm still rooting for the kid, man.
You should.
Hey, we're gonna find out in 6. You're gonna find out in 5 or 6 days. So
yes, sir.
I ain't gonna say that. We'll see.
Well, I don't know if we're doing a cut down show, but if we are, we're gonna find out pretty quick.
I'm with it. I'm sure with that.
So we got to do the 50-man 3 roster. We got to do that show. So with this said, let's get right into what our sponsors had to say. Go ahead.
All right, let's do it. Hey, sponsors are an integral part of this show. When we first started Chiefs Blitz a year ago this month, Eric Haynes, one of my best friends, called and said, hey, how can I help? I said, we'd love to have you be a sponsor. He signed up immediately, and that's why I trusted him to help me and my wife, Emily, find a house, which he did. So if you're looking for someone who can help you find that house, as long as it took us 9 months. If you're looking to sell the house and want to get top dollar, and maybe you need to get the top dollar because you want to buy another house, which obviously is going to probably be more expensive if you're not downsizing, Either way, you need to find an expert and someone who's going to walk you through the process. And that is Mr. Eric Hense. So give him a call today at 816-729-3785. You can email him at esaleskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
That is correct. And another proud sponsor is my wife, Emily Athan. If you're looking for reliable health coverage, if you're looking for a plan that works for you as an individual, or you're self-employed, you're a business owner, or you have a family, give her a call today at 913-215-9086. There are flexible health coverage options available through United Healthcare. That's who we work with. And again, if you just need somebody to help you navigate through the waters, maybe find what your current plan, evaluate, see if we can find you something better, whether you choose to go with Emily or not, either way, she's going to help you out because she's tops in her profession. So give her a call today at 913-215-9086.
Nick loves Emily.
Nick
loves
Emily.
Yeah, she's got a birthday weekend coming up too. So.
Birthday weekend. Nick, what are you doing for your lovely wife? What are you doing?
I'm not talking about that on this show.
I'm just kidding. Okay.
No. I've got secret plans, so I don't want
international man of mystery.
I don't want anybody calling and saying, "Do you know what Nick's doing this weekend with you?" So no.
Oh, okay.
No.
As
I am a hopeless romantic, though. So I'm a hopeless romantic.
Being romantic, not my strongest point. Hey, next subject. Let's go. Let's get it.
I could say something, but I'm not going there. I have too much love for you.
Nothing wrong with that.
But go ahead, let's get it right into Hollywood Brown. And
I
had a chance to. I was trying to get the clip, but he was on. I think it was Saturday. He was on Twitch playing the game, and he's talking about some of the fans. I got a chance to ask him some of the questions, but it seems like he will be back. I think he'll be ready for week 1. But what y'all guys think the spotlighting for Hollywood Brown as he come in? Taking one of these wide receiver spots because he already claimed one. So go ahead. What you got to say, Luke?
Well, I mean, he's right at the top of the list. I mean, we got the 3 guys, Rice, Worthy, Hollywood, and not necessarily in that order. It doesn't really matter, in my book in terms of order, who's what, 1, 2, 3. But no, I mean, we're expecting big things out of him. He's the veteran guy. He's come in, took a leadership role almost immediately, upon signing his contract. I think that that really spoke to the roster a lot. It spoke to Patrick for sure, as well as Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, the other leaders of the team. So in that room, he's the veteran voice. So I'm expecting big things from him. I mean, not really like crazy stats. I think it's going to be spread around. I mean, there'll be plenty of volume out there, but I think he's going to have his most significant year in the NFL. Maybe not stat wise, but what he means to the team and what he means to allowing the others to eat underneath with he and Worthy, kind of taking the top of the defense just about every single play.
Yeah, I think Lou, you make a great point, and we've talked about this before. I mean, immediate impact. He signs his contract with the Chiefs on a Monday, has a press conference, confirms he wants to be called Hollywood. And the next day, he's down in Texas working with Patrick Mahomes, and they worked together every chance they could. Every offseason workout he attended, every Mahomes practice he attended. When Rashee Rice got into trouble, he was the first person to step up and say, "Hey, okay, kid, this is what you got to do." And he took him under his wing, and he worked out with him privately. Probably a lot of conversations about what you need to do off the field, get away from your entourage, and he did all the things that he suggested. And Rashee Rice came into camp in great shape. He came into camp ready to go. He put it behind him. He's letting his legal team handle everything. And for a guy who has only been here a couple of months to do that, that's the most impressive part. But when you watch the way the Chiefs build their roster, they needed somebody like this. And for him to take on the role, not only as a playmaker, but establish himself as a go-to veteran for the young guys, to me, that's the most impressive aspect of it. And I'm with everybody else. And I think he's going to play. There's no way he's not going to play against the Bears, even if he plays limited snaps, if he's able. I would be surprised. He wants this game badly. The Ravens drafted him. They misused him. He had to verbalize his way out. He gets traded to the Cardinals. Cardinals don't want to re-sign him. So he made it clear, in social media and on the games he was playing online, he wanted to be a member of the Kansas City Chiefs, and he gave him a team-friendly deal. So I think this was probably the best free agent signing fit of all the wide receivers for team, quarterback, head coach, offensive personnel, expectations, Super Bowl chances. Patrick obviously has had his eye on Brown a long time and vice versa, and I'm just glad it worked out. And I hope, from everything I hear, he is the happiest he's been in his career. And even though these wide receivers are getting crazy, stupid money, and I just don't think any receiver's worth 20, 25, 30, 35 million, he could still sign a cap-friendly deal for the Chiefs and stay on, because they're going to have a lot of cap space in the coming years. So I'm hopeful that this is a long-term situation and not a one-year thing.
Definitely. I think he might. Me, I don't see the rush, but if we do play, he's not hurt. So to me, I want him to take his time, though. Don't rush it. Take your time. The Chiefs got other weapons coming. Like, they got other weapons. Like, the depth is real deep at the wide receiver position.
Yep.
So my opinion, don't rush it. Now, if you at least 75%, I get it. Come on in, right? But at the same time, like, for them having Hollywood Brown is real big for them, right? Because he's a good route runner. He got good speed. He understands Patrick Mahomes. He's a workaholic. You know what I'm saying? You got a high IQ for the position. Great fit, awesome fit. Should they pay him at the end of the year? Sure, absolutely. Because he fits what they do. So again, I'm all for it, but don't rush to come back. Do not rush to come back.
They kept him away. He wasn't there on Saturday. I'm pretty sure about that. And I don't. He's probably back at the facility this week, and trying to get through the next level. But I'm with you. Don't rush it. But he's going to do everything he can to play that game,
because that's a shorter situation. You don't want to rush that now. You don't want to rush that.
I feel like he'll be fine. You know what I mean? So I feel like the kid is going to come back strong. You know what I mean? I wish I clipped that clip from Twitch. I was trying to clip it, but he was talking on there. He was talking about fixing his OBS, or what is this thing he was working on, and there's people was asking him questions about hope he get well and everything else. He said, hey, don't worry about your boy Hollywood. He will be back, and he's back sooner than a lot of people think. So you know what I mean? So I'm hoping because I want to see that all together. Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Rice, and you got Travis
Powell.
Kelce.
You got Powell out there too. Powell too.
Isaiah Pacheco. Then you're gonna have number 12, the fierce guy. He's gonna be out there. I know I'm not throwing shade on Noah Gray. I'm just saying.
Actually, I think you are.
Yeah, you are a little bit.
Why you say Powell though? Powell been productive. Why you put Powell in there?
Yeah, he's gonna.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
It's only 53 spots, man. It's only 53 spots. Everybody can't get a shot.
We'll get your updated. We'll get your updated 53-man roster list.
Bet. Put him on Madden, in, Bo. Put him on Madden.
I will. I will. They stop glitching. But again,
right.
But again, let's get into some of these comments. What people are saying about it. Drake, go ahead. Make sure you post them up. Nick,
most definitely. We all a team. We are unit up here, and I will post it. Let's see here. Ruben says, "Big bro to Rice." I agree. I definitely agree with that one. Kareem says this. Hollywood will play week 1. Ruben says, "I agree with Dre. Don't rush it. Definitely, no need to rush." So dude, Juju even answered his phone to 816 numbers or nah. Should be ringing with the whole last week.
Juju's phone has been glued to his hand since he got cut.
Yeah, he hasn't got a single call.
He's not gonna miss any calls.
No, but should Juju should the Chiefs?
Everybody's worried about that.
It go back to what Nick said earlier, like last week. He was like, Juju ain't gonna sign till week 2 because he gonna want that guaranteed contract. So if you look at him to sign these, this couple any coming weeks, other than that, you're gonna have to wait till week 2.
Yeah,
let me get that contract. So he gonna probably.
It's week to week. Yeah, it's week to week if they sign after week 1. It's not fully vested and fully guaranteed for the season. So you're gonna see a lot of veteran guys. Probably after the first week. Let's see what kind of injuries they have,
because that makes it more team friendly.
It makes it more team friendly. He's gonna get the same money because the Patriots still own the difference.
Really?
He'll get league minimum. Yeah.
And I still believe they really like the group they have to choose from.
I mean,
unless some young receiver, for some team that just has an embarrassment of riches at the position that they liked either last couple of years drafts or whatever.
That's right.
I could see them making a waiver wire move. I think running back might be somewhere where they might find somebody on waivers that if they really like them coming out and all of a sudden he's available, Booby Sanders. But it's just, it's one of those things. It's like a free for all. This might be even more frantic than the draft weekend. Is when every team is cutting 37 guys at once or 38 guys at once. Yeah. And you're trying to navigate who's available, who do we need to call, who do we have to cut now to bring who else do we cut because we're bringing somebody from a different roster. That would be, to sit there with Veach, that would be very cool.
Yeah, it's 1,184 guys are going to be free agents this weekend. Well, some teams will start releasing guys early. But 1,184 guys are in the market, and I would say probably at a minimum, 50 to 100 of those guys are going to be on NFL rosters opening week. So I think teams look at this and say, here's a chance to see what we've got. Every team has a list of, okay, here's our 53-man roster, but here are 3 guys. If we find better guys, these are the guys that we're going to let go. So I think that. Brett Veach is, as Ruben says, he never sleeps, and he doesn't. It's his time to shine, and who knows who they find. So we'll see what happens.
Don't forget what's his name, Borgonzi. He's the up and coming star in that front office now.
Yeah, it's his.
Hey, real quick, guys. Speaking of, we're gonna stay in this division real quick. Bo Nix is getting some love, man. Bo Nix is actually playing well in Denver, man. He's playing well.
He was good in Oregon too, so
Yeah, and he got experience. Bo Nix is
I think just about all the rookies, quarterbacks that have played have shown, shown some flashes of things that they're able to do.
Definitely.
The fact that I think this was Sean Payton's guy all along. It just seemed like a match made in heaven. And to think that anybody else starts there for them, I think is nuts at this point.
Yeah, they'd be stupid. I mean, just take your lumps. They're going to have the number 1 pick next year.
I think he's going to, he's going to be the starter there, and we'll see. I mean, plenty of experience.
Sean Payton knew about Patrick Mahomes though. Sean Payton knows his quarterbacks now. 61 starts in college. So I mean, he's up to speed.
Yeah. So what you think about Caleb Williams and Daniels, man?
Caleb Williams playing like he's been playing in college, man. He's bringing it to the Bears. Daniels look good too. Man. Like Lou said, man. Like all these quarterbacks is playing well. JJ played well before he got hurt.
Yeah,
JJ looked good.
It's difficult you just see these flashes and whatever, because you got to believe that no one is really showing the full breadth of the offense that they're going to run during the course of the regular season. Yeah, so you can just see certain plays when they make them, off schedule or just some specific throws. You're like, okay, that plays. That's an NFL throw. So, I'm sure Cliff isn't, it hasn't turned that offense crazy to Jaden Daniels at this point yet. Yeah. And I'm sure that, you're going to see different things from Caleb Williams and those receivers. So for everybody that's kind of, it's preseason, it's this, it's that. Yeah, but they still have to go out and play. And if you see throws, regardless of when it is, if they can make those types of throws, it's going to play in the league. So,
hey, real quick, let me ask you a question real quick, guys. Now, the situation with Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, right? So the coach was like, we seen enough from Michael Penix. We seen enough from him, right? So what do that mean when they say, we got seen enough from him? He's good. He's not going to start. So is he going to start week 1?
My sense is that they like him well enough to be the backup. And Kirk, unless there's some sort of health issue, if the Achilles still isn't right, then maybe they're thinking for him to start. But I think, it just in the back of my mind, I'm just saying, hey, We've seen enough of him. He's our backup. We don't want him getting hurt because
right.
And just, and you look at different situations, like the Chiefs just have, I think people, say what you will about Carson Wentz, you got to feel like this insurance policy is pretty solid.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, if he has to play any amount of time, you've got a professional quarterback there. And again, you may not like him. You may not, some of the things that he does personally or says personally, you may not like. But in terms of a football player, he's still pretty good. He may not be able to be your guy for 18 games, but if you needed him in a pinch or for 3 or 4 games, he could get you, he'll get you in and out of the huddle. He's going to make some plays, deep. And as long as these receivers are doing their thing. So, to your question, Coach, I think they've seen enough that Michael Penix is good enough to be our backup.
Or maybe a potential. So Ruben says, any thoughts on Danny Dimes? Danny no Dimes, man. He's playing horrible, man.
Not very good.
He's playing horrible, man. Shit. Good luck, neighbors. Hense, that's Bo's boy. Good luck, neighbors over there. Good luck.
No, he's Malik showed out a little bit.
No, Malik showed out, but it's the captain. It's the captain throwing the ball to him now.
Hey, my boys.
We'll see. We'll see. I mean, he's coming off the knee injury. They're giving him the opportunity. I don't know, where else they go with that. I don't think Drew Lock is it, so he's going to play.
That's I don't know why Drew Lock isn't better. I don't know why he's not starting in the NFL somewhere.
This may be like a Kadarius thing.
But I don't know. So much talent. He was so great.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Like, it's
he was so
much.
good. He was so good at Missouri, and I thought for sure.
That's the same thing with Kyler Murray too. You be like,
I thought he was going to be the Chiefs backup quarterback.
I'm gonna kick you dead. I'm kicking you dead.
Shots fired.
Man.
Yeah.
Shots fired. Where's the minion?
Oh.
Like, come on, man! Like you got all that.
That perplexes me, and listen.
Kyler shows it though.
I'm a big KU guy, but I respect Missouri's program because I think they do things the right way. But I just don't understand why he hasn't stepped up as a starter somewhere. He's got the size, he's got the arm, he's got the talent.
He's one of those guys that Hense was talking about.
Listen, it makes y'all mad because these guys have so much potential. It makes us upset. He got so much of it. It's just crazy.
And it also tells you there's so much more to play in that position than just the physical skills.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that he's not mentally with it, but I tell you, they deserve every penny they get because what they have to do, and the guys that do it at the highest level are it's priceless. So with these guys getting $60 million, as a percentage of the cap, that's where they should be.
Yeah, it's you make a great point too, and the modern day NFL athlete I'm talking about, right now. The workout and the sacrifices and the things they do, they have a lot more access to personal trainers and better equipment and better science and a better understanding of how to, help the human body. But back in the day, growing up around this team in the 60s and 70s and then a reporter in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, the stuff I saw was like, I would question guys, why do you keep playing? This is what you have to do. I talk about the story about Willie Roaf, one of the best offensive linemen in NFL history. It took him 20 minutes to walk from the bathroom to his locker room. But in a game, he just put it all together. And the sacrifices and the pain that they endure, I remember Tony Gonzalez telling me there are days that he hurt so bad on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, there was no way he thought he could play. And he just did it. And they sacrifice a lot more of their bodies. But now the defenders are faster if you're on offense and vice versa. You got a lot more to contend with. There's a lot more specialty players, but they still have to go through a lot, even though they have the advance of the science and the training and the nutrition that they didn't have even 10 years ago. It's still a physical game that requires an extreme amount of mental toughness and execution. And it's a different sport.
Yeah, it's more than just loving the game. It's loving. It
is a tough sport, guys.
It's loving the preparation to play the game, because that's again, at the highest levels, that's what separates it, because there's plenty of talent on teams, but there's always something that separates, whether it's that one guy, the quarterback, that just goes above and beyond and everybody follows his lead. I mean, you look at it right here in Kansas City, right? I mean,
quick, John got a good point too.
It's a huge difference.
John make a good point. It's more than it's more to having a strong arm, man. You got to have more. That leadership. A lot of these players ain't got it in them. That's the difference, man. Leadership. You got all this talent but no leadership.
Yeah.
Your work ethic's off.
And
right?
it also depends on where you land.
Oh, definitely.
You gotta have the right type of coaching staff. They have to, have basically. You look at Chicago, what Ryan Poles has done to get that team ready for the number 1 overall pick. Whereas, Justin Fields has got to be there. Well, what the hell? Where was all this? When I was there, they traded up to get me. But where you land makes a huge difference. And guys do lose their confidence if the team around them isn't very good, or maybe the coaching isn't quite, what they're looking for. And it's, you see it every year. I mean, and now, the way that the salaries are structured, teams are thinking more like, hey, we'll draft one every year. I mean, we'll keep drafting one until one hits. They throw them out there, and you look at that draft class that was supposed to be so talented, so good, and Trevor Lawrence is the only one that's on the same team that drafted him. Yeah, that's how difficult it is.
Yeah,
I agree. And speaking of how difficult something is, it's about three-peat and get to the Super Bowl 3 times in a row. Let's hear from Belichick and hear what he had to say about it.
It looked to me like they wanted to play worthy with Mahomes, and Mahomes gave him a bunch of targets. Got him on that first flag route, and then an under route. They ran a reverse to him, things like that. So it looked like it was let's get some timing with the receivers, with Rice, with Worthy, Kelsey for a little while in there. And I think that was for the quarterback and receivers just to get work under, game conditions, not just practice. And so I think that was the purpose of it. Then, Andy let, the rest of the guys play throughout the game. But I thought offensively, it looks like it's just going to be an effort to get the young guys, timing with Pat, so they're ready to go early against Baltimore. Obviously, have the big opener there. I think the bigger issues are going to be on defense. They couldn't turn the ball over. Look, they played very well in the playoffs, so that's where it counts, and that's the most important thing. But overall, as a team, run defense, turnovers, I think that's an area that they're going to want to improve in, and I just think it's going to be tough this year. They're a good team. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that. I just think this third year for it all to fall into place 3 years in a row is tough. I think if anybody can do it, it's probably Kansas City, but it won't be easy. It won't be easy. They'll have I'm not sure how tough the AFC West is going to be, but I think in the end, they're going to have some tough opponents, through the course of the season. And it looked to me like they wanted to play worthy with Mahomes and Mahomes.
Say about the
Give me more. Give me.
I got man. I ain't gonna lie though.
Give me more Bill on TV.
I ain't gonna lie, though. I love that, man. I was zoning. I'm taking notes. Like, yeah, man. I'm like, just to hear him talk, man.
Enjoy him for a year. He's going to be the football coach of the New York Football Giants at some point later this year or next year. But listen, I think he's spot on. I think he's spot on. I think everybody agrees that it's going to be tough to do the three-peat. But I'm with him on the run defense. I've not been impressed with the Chiefs' run defense. Now, granted, some starters weren't playing, and not having Chris Jones out there is huge against the run. But some young guys on the defensive line in this rotation are going to have to step up when the minute he comes back. That's going to help as well, because he's solid against the run too. So I think I think he's spot on in his analysis of the Chiefs.
Definitely.
If anybody can do it, it's going to be Kansas City. I don't think there's another NFL team that we're going to see in this generation or this evolution of the game right now that's going to be able to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs, are in this position again, even if they lose, to try for a three-peat somewhere down the road, because I think they're just now starting the true dynasty run. This is the best team they have on paper. There's no question about it. Offensive, defense, special teams, we haven't even talked about the punter yet. Matt Araiza, he's just been terrific.
Shout out to the special teams, man.
Yeah,
The punter and the kicker.
He's just crushing the football, and they're paying the guy the NFL minimum. And Tommy Townsend got $2.5–3 million
again, Nick. Thanks to Buffalo, once again.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills are just a gift that keeps on giving, and we appreciated that. But
hey, they may have jumped a gun there, but still, I mean, it wasn't like any other NFL teams jumped in to try to get them.
Nobody did
after they cut him. So you can't really. I hear what you're saying. It makes I guess for a good comment that Buffalo did it again.
Yeah, and
gift wrapping guys left.
Gift
and right.
wrap us. Yeah, I'll tell you.
And you know what I appreciate? What I appreciate most about Belichick's comments about the Chiefs is his closest friend in the NFL is probably Andy Reid, and vice versa. I mean, they're thick as thieves. They're as close as two coaches can be. And he still gives an honest analysis, and he doesn't really sugarcoat it. And that's what you want. And that's what you want from your friends and your cohorts in the bar. Don't sugarcoat anything. Just speak your mind
from experience. He had two shots at it, and that third year, I mean, just bleep happens,
Yeah. Listen,
it's hard.
The impossible meter, the impossible meter for the Chiefs to three-peat is much greater toward the impossible than the probable. If you just think about,
especially with even more games, that you're up to 17 games now.
You got the extra
playoff team.
Not getting that much rest. Then you got CJ Stroud looking like a god out here in preseason. But you got these other teams that's looking good, but only one is going to stop them from getting there is themselves. Right. If they can't get off luck, got saved by the defense from all them drop balls and everything else and the mishaps on offense, you got to come out and be level-headed in. So that's why you got Hollywood Brown or Xavier Worthy.
They knew that was
they can score all day.
That was a weakness in last year's offense.
Yeah, third down plays on defense is very critical for the Chiefs.
Yeah, well, third down plays on offense were abysmal last year.
After that Tampa game, it was O-line.
Yeah,
I mean, after that, after this past year, we can't. We dinked and dunked our way. We figured out ways to win games, but the way we are going to dominate is to have more speed and guys that catch the ball. So he got after it. So here we are, man. I mean, it's exciting, but you got to take a little heed from the old coach. Is that it's difficult. It really is. Stuff is going to happen during the season that we didn't see coming.
True.
Right. Maybe the football guys are like, hey, Tom Brady, we're gonna bless you with all these rings, but we're gonna bless Patrick Mahomes with the title of doing it back to back. So maybe that's that's going to happen, and I feel like it's going to happen because I believe that it's only one man that only can get it done. This Patrick Mahomes.
He may not get 7, but if he gets 3 in a row.
No. If he go undefeated, because Brady came this close.
Yeah.
So if Mahomes do it and he go undefeated, it's over.
Until he ran into Spags.
But I got you though. I'm saying though, if he go undefeated, it's over.
But again, let's get into some of these comments before we close out of here, Nick.
All right. Well, Kareem says he doesn't believe in the Houston Texans. I believe in the Colts more. Yeah, I mean the Colts look good.
All right, Kareem, that's a take.
That's a take.
That's
I don't agree with you, but that's a take.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't either.
I've been saying that for a while. I agree.
Former Jayhawk Jason Bean, the backup quarterback, is playing lights out football for them.
Yeah, I think
you could say until you're blue in the face. It ain't.
I know. Before the rival from Mahomes, if you would have foretold of him, everyone would have said impossible. Obviously. Bingus says Russ will start 4 Steelers as of now. We'll see how that goes.
That's
Kareem's fully on the 3-peat. John had mentioned earlier, how many quarterbacks never worked out. Ryan Leaf, Jeff George. We can go to DeMarcus Russell. We can go on and on and on and on and on and on. Let's see. We had a new person on here. We got Paul. Worst case scenario, Hobby goes on IR. This is 5 weeks and come back for the 49ers game. Well, that would be interesting to say the least.
That really would be worst case, because all indications are he would be back in from 4 to 5 weeks from the injury. So
yes,
I'm guessing the Bengals game, but
we'll see.
Pure speculation, no idea.
All right, Sam making excuses. Can't answer the phone because he's on the ladder.
A 50-foot ladder is a 50-foot.
What are you doing up there, Sam?
Yeah, come on, Sam. That's what you pay the other guys to do. Vincent DiCarlo was in as well. August 27th. It looks like that's going to be the walking. We'll see about the cuts. There's one more person that was new on here, and I can't find it. And bear with me. Theme music here. Here's Mr. Paris.
If you're a newbie, please come back.
Yeah, Mr. Paris, if we pull this together, we'll be very dangerous. Yes. So honestly, I think, listen, John's got one more. Look at Kirk Cousins drafted in the 4th round. Andrew Luck, RG3, Tannehill, all drafted in the top 8. That year, even Osweiler was drafted in the 2nd.
I remember Osweiler.
Cousins is the only guy that's turned out to have a great career, and he's right. So.
Again, it depends on where you land.
Andrew Luck was good, though. Andrew Luck was good.
Kirk landed in the perfect position. They had drafted RG3, number 2 overall. There was no pressure on him whatsoever.
Yeah,
he got Kyle Shanahan, and then on that staff you had Sean McVay. McDaniel. I mean, that whole coaching tree was right there with Mike Shanahan. So he got to learn a lot of football. And to this day, every one of those coaches professes their love for Kirk Cousins.
I love him too. I think he's great.
I mean, every single one of them, if they had a chance to get him, they would get him.
Yeah.
So, but no, I mean, that's an excellent point. Yeah, Andrew Luck was that guy. I mean,
the offensive line
coming out of Stanford, he was. I mean, it was Elway before him, and then Luck was the kind of like that can't miss dude, like Trevor Lawrence, number 1 high school player, number 1 college player, all this. And if it wasn't for the Colts never investing in their offensive line and him getting his ass beat on every week, he still managed to win playoff games.
Mr. Bowtie know about Andrew Luck.
As a rookie.
You know about Andrew Luck, sir. You know Andrew Luck.
You know what? I gotta shame us. I gotta shame us all here. We've gone an hour and 16 minutes and 50 seconds, and we have not talked about the behind the back pass. Right. What's wrong with us? What's wrong with us?
What y'all thoughts on that?
Most people, it seemed like on social media, got triggered by it. They have to point out that, oh, it's only preseason. Oh, they lost the game, and all these haters. It's like, what are you doing? The best thing about this to me, okay, is that the 2 principals in the deed were just clowning each other about it afterwards and everybody else. Because if you believe any of what they said, either of them, that it was a broken play, that this or that, or you didn't hear what the call was, or patch, whatever, you're just delusional. These guys are just having so much fun with this, and just I'm sure they stood on the sideline. Hey, when we get interviewed, this is good. It's going to be like a party here.
I loved how they called each other out on the play.
That was
hilarious. That was great theater.
Would they do that play in the real game though?
Yes, if the circumstances warranted, they would definitely do it. So
when you down 3rd and 3, do you make that play 3rd and 3, or when you up by 20, or when you up by 21 some points?
Yeah, you do it.
You want to have fun. You want to have fun with it. I do it. Okay,
you do it. Listen, those 2 guys are on a different planet. They're on a completely different level from everybody else. I mean, they could both close their eyes and the ball could be thrown and they would execute the play. So,
just saying, 3rd, and when you need a play,
the deep down competitor in Patrick, I think, holds him back from trying some of these things.
He admitted that too,
because it's just, if it's completed, it's the most beautiful. Oh my God. It just, wow, whatever. If all of a sudden it gets picked off by one of the defensive linemen, you look like an idiot. You look like a complete idiot. But
especially if the defensive lineman takes it back to the house.
I think this is the first step, because they said they've had it in the game plan for other games. I think last year's Super Bowl, and I think he was just like, no way, man. So doing it in a preseason game was the next step. So let's see. Hey, maybe against Baltimore, he gets a little gets a little nutty, and
you think
lets one fly.
You think he does it against Baltimore?
I think he does it against everybody.
We'll see.
No, I don't think so. I think he will do. He will do it against the Raiders. No question.
Now the Raiders, yes,
they're going to put 60 points up on the Raiders that day in Las Vegas.
Coach Reed's like, hey, basketball players do it all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the big deal?
Patrick Mahomes is that hidden talent that nobody like seen coming, man. Right? Like this guy just everybody's, Caleb Williams. I want to say I'm not compared to him, even though you see him throwing him just like Pat. He doing it but again, Pat just put it all together. He put Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers in one basket and said, "Hey, I'm gonna make my own game plan out of it." But the guy is is amazing to have. I'm glad that he's here in Kansas City. I'm glad that the Chiefs jumped the Cardinals and and I'm glad the Buffalo Bills traded
another shot.
Another shot.
Yeah, we need to dedicate a show on a thank you to the Buffalo Bills.
Thank you, Buffalo Bills, once again. Thank you, Buffalo Bills fans. Even though you inbox me and talk trash to me, I'm just giving you some thanks. But thank you for Xavier Worthy. Thank you for Patrick Mahomes. Thank you for all the even a riser. He's on a rise right now. The punt god. Thank you for that guy too. You got Coleman. You got Coleman, number 0.
Done a great job holding too. The punt god.
Yeah, he's done terrific.
But again, the back behind the pass, that is Jordan S. That is
he ain't no Magic Johnson. He ain't no Magic Johnson. I ain't gonna say against Baltimore.
That is Stephen Curry. That's why I call Pat. Stephen Curry ain't no mention of LeBron James or Michael Jordan. It's Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry is the best NBA player ever.
Nah, see,
well, no, he's not.
Don't do that. Don't hurt yourself.
He's not on this third mountain. He may be on the third
mountain. Don't hurt yourself.
No,
you have a crazy Mount Rushmore.
No.
Okay, I'll be the old guy on the front porch. But no, Steph and Patrick, what they have in common, I think, is just playing the game in a way that people hadn't imagined before, right? Where Steph is just the logo threes, the hash mark threes. I mean, like who's even taken shots from there before, right? And who's got the green light and drilling them. So Patrick comes in, and maybe some of these things that other quarterbacks have done in practice or tried different things or just fooling around, he's doing them in games, and it's kind of given license to some of these other kids as they come up to do the same. So in that respect, they are similar.
Give a shout out to Matthew Stafford. He has been doing this stuff too. No look passes, what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
But Matthew been with a losing organization. That's what.
Yeah, and he wanted to get noticed for it. But again, hey, Patrick Mahomes is Stephen Curry of the NFL. You know what I mean?
Somebody said Magic Johnson though.
Magic Johnson. Stephen Curry is the best player on the planet. Sir.
Okay, well, we'll have an NBA.
We'll have an NBA conversation. Show. That's all. Look at Lou's face. Lou's like, hey.
After we talk about all the Bills gifts, then we'll talk about that. How about
that's a whole different realm, man. It's a whole different realm.
Man, let's get back to our sponsors before we close out.
All right, first up, we'll talk about my good friend, Mr. Eric Haynes, with the Eric Haynes Group. If you're looking for a trusted real estate advisor, someone who can help you through the process of either buying a house or selling a house. If you're in the greater Kansas City area, give Eric a call at 816-729-3785. If you're outside the area, he's got a plethora of agents at his disposal around the country that can help you in your particular market. You can also email him at esellskc@gmail.com.
Proud sponsor, Chief Who?
That's right. And if you're looking for better health coverage, give my wife a call, Emily Athan. Whether you're an individual, self-employed, small business owner, or part of a family, if you're looking for a reliable quote with access to a nationwide PPO network, she is the person to go to. Give her a call at 913-215-9086 for your free custom quote today.
Nikki loves Emily. Nikki loves Emily. Nick got something special for Emily coming up.
Hey guys,
something real special.
The Chief Who bump is real. Did you see Owen Carney Jr. make the play on the attempted 2-point conversion? Swayze Bozeman's out there making plays. Come on now. Carson Steele from weeks ago. I was on. We were on. I think Crocky J was a clue that day. So come on, let's go.
Y'all pay attention to these games.
Chief Who's the bump is real.
It is bump. And coming up Thursday, we'll have another live watch along with the Chiefs and the Bears. Andy Reid did announce today that the starters will not play Thursday. That kind of goes against what he did. So we're going to get a chance.
They're letting Lou and Coach Dre loose. This show is
we're going to let you. We're going to let you guys loose.
We hope we don't get canceled.
And I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you shit.
This is good. That's the first I'm seeing of this. This is going to be spicy, boy.
Yeah, I said, oh, snap, me and Lou, man. Yeah, it's gonna be some heat.
I don't know how that's done. I think Dre had to probably work. I don't know.
Now, I want to give a shout out to the people in the Kansas City area. If you're watching this game, it will be on 38th The Spot. It will not be on Channel 41 because of the Democratic Convention the final night. So I've already seen some people on social media post it. If you are in the Kansas City area and you have YouTube TV, it will be blacked out. So 38th The Sports Spot, and my old stomping ground, is where you're going to have to watch the game for Thursday.
Oh. Get
but
ready,
tune
guys.
in here to Four Guys in a Bar.
But if you tune into Four Guys in a Bar, you can do the walk along.
You'll get the action from the field. You get the action off the field, and hell, between me and Dre, it could get a little. It'll get contentious.
That would be spicy.
I will guarantee you that.
So with that said, guys, we are out. We'll be back Wednesday with Chiefs Who.
Chief Who.